Every time I read about Georgia, I want to go up to Georgia. Georgia's our neighbor. I love Georgia. I think I haven't really explored the coast of Georgia. I guess because in Florida, the coast is what we're pretty much all about. I like the northwestern part of Georgia, up in that mountainous area, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just like northwest of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Our next guest has a story called Damn Witherston. Damn Witherston. The mayor of the North Georgia town of Witherston and one of its prominent attorneys are being blackmailed by a mysterious Donna Dam, who threatens to expose the two men's shameful activities of 40 years ago if they do not take a paternity test. Ooh, I'm reading from the back of the book. Betty Jean Craige has been with us before. She's a columnist for the Athens Banner Herald. She's got a column called Cosmo Talks. She's also a documentary producer, a university professor of comparative literature, and director of Emerita at the Wilson Center for Humanities and Arts at the University of Georgia, which has a beautiful campus, by the way. Her book is called Damn Witherston. And let's say hello to Betty Jean Craige. Good morning, Betty Jean. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for the nice introduction. Some of those things are in my past because I'm retired now.
Okay. But are you still in Georgia?
Yeah, I'm still in Athens, Georgia. I had a wonderful time at the University of Georgia. I'm no longer a columnist because I'm devoting all my time to writing novels, mysteries.
Well, that would make sense because you're very good at it. I think this is at least the second time. Maybe you've been on even more than twice with us.
Mm-hmm, I think so.
Well, Damn Witherston's my third mystery set in North Georgia, in a town called Witherston, which I invented. It's north of Dahlonega. And so the novels all have the same characters, but they treat different topics. And they're all murders.
Is there a story behind the name Donna Dam?
Well, I don't want to give away the mystery, but the mayor wants to build a dam in Witherston, and so there are all kinds of objections to the dam in Witherston. And then I found out when I was writing the novel that there was a dam break in Toccoa in 1977, and I mean, a very serious dam break, and this is what really happened. And so I invented a story in which the character who does the blackmailing has something to do with the breaking of the dam in 1977. So I bring in both dams. But there's also a murder in 1828, and DNA ancestry tests helped solve 3 murders.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. So when does the book take place? What's the era in the book?
The book takes place in 2017, right now.
Okay.
But in all my books that are all the Witherston mysteries that are set in North Georgia and, you know, in land the Cherokee occupied peacefully for 1,000 years, the mysteries bring in the past, you know, bring in the Cherokee past and tie the Cherokee past to the present, and deal with different topics. The first mystery that I ever wrote was called Downstream, and it was about the pharmaceutical pollution of our rivers and lakes, you know, by drugs that I take. If you're in my neighborhood, you may get.
Yeah, I think you were on top. Yeah, I think you were talking about with us.
Yeah, I did a few years ago. Yeah. And so this one is really about building dams on top of sacred land.
Okay.
And one of the characteristics of my mysteries is that the reader gets as much information as the main characters, because the reader also reads the online newspaper. And various people contribute to the online newspaper. There are cartoons, weather reports, histories of the area, things for sale, and all that. And those obituaries and those items in the online newspaper provide clues in addition to the clues that take place in the narrative.
Why do you think that this is an opinion question? But why do you think we as a society are so intrigued by sexual mistakes and mostly men make sexual mistakes, and then years later they surface. Why are we so intrigued with those crimes, with those mistakes? I don't know if you want to.
I'm not sure we're intrigued by the sex of them, but rather by the consequences of them. One of the consequences can be a child born out of wedlock who doesn't know who her father is, and but sex drives everything. Sex is my novels don't have explicit sex.
No, I don't want people
violence.
No, I'm not trying to imply that, but I'm just in general. No. We are intrigued by those stories. There's one right now about the governor of Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Rachel Maddow is intrigued by that story.
I like the fact that your book constitutes a family with Mev and her teenage twins. I just love that because they enjoy being with each other. They have their differences, but all in all, they enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, I know some twins who are very bright boys, and they have deep conversations with each other, and I've always been impressed by that. So these twins, help solve the mystery. In the second mystery, there's an African gray parrot who unintentionally helps solve the mystery. I have an African gray parrot who's very talkative, so I know about animals. One criticism I've had of my books is that I name the animals, even the chickens.
Oh. You have to name the chickens.
Yeah, you have to name the chickens and the animals.
Yeah.
They have little souls too.
That's right.
That's what they do.
Yeah, except if you're going to eat them, you don't want to say, "I'm eating Ralph today."
Yeah.
Is that your parrot in the background that we hear?
Oh yes, she's right here. She's being so quiet. If I put this on speakerphone, she'd talk to you, but that would interfere.
Yeah, I hear. My son and his wife have an African gray, and it calls my son by name all the time. Alex.
Oh yeah,
Alex. Yeah. I have a copy of the book called Damn Witherston. Call me if you would like the copy that was sent to me, and you can have it. Betty Jean Craige is who you will look up online. I'll find out now how to get the book if you want to buy it. And do we get the book on your website, Betty?
The website's not yet ready, so order the book on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or another online bookstore. And remember, my last name's spelled Craige, Craige.
And remember, dam is as in the thing that holds water back, not damnation, not that dam. So, yeah.
Right, not that dam.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think people might find interesting is that because of the particular story, I do DNA tests like 23andMe on all the main characters. So you can start to see who might be related to whom, and who might be related to the Cherokees, and who might be related to African Americans.
Oh, interesting.
So my idea is that if we all got DNA tests at birth, we might not be so inclined to fight with each other, knowing that we're all related.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that one. Betty Jean Craige, always good to have you on the show. Please come back with the next book, and you're close enough. If you ever happen to be in Central Florida, we'd love to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. An apology from the White House spokesman.
During the White House briefing yesterday, Press Secretary Sean Spicer incorrectly stated that even Adolf Hitler did not sink to using chemical weapons during World War II, as President Bashar al-Assad has. And Spicer expressed regret.
Obviously, that is not what I was intending to do.
The Anne Frank Center called for Spicer to be fired, as did House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. President Trump says Vladimir Putin's wrong for supporting the Syrian regime.
Frankly, Putin is backing